Investors, hey, I just realized something. It really didn't hit me until after the loss against the Chicago Bears. And it dawned on me this morning that Sanders is still him. He is still that quarterback that we know that he is. But the things that he did in Colorado and at JSU, those things may never happen again. He's still going to break records. He's still going to get the accolades. All of the star and glitz that we are expecting. I'm even hearing that he even got more votes than Bo Nix. And Bo Nix was drafted last year. But what I'm trying to get to, SHEDEUR Sanders is in a different situation that he's realizing and that we must realize as his fans. SHEDEUR Sanders has so much talent, but if he doesn't have the players and the teammates that he needs behind him, and that's going to support him, those days of that glitz and glamours and breaking records will be far, few, and between. What am I getting at? So this is what I'm getting at. SHEDEUR Sanders is no longer playing with college players that may just be coming from high school. He's not playing with college players that don't have families. He's not playing with team members that have no responsibilities. He is playing against elite players, all that have been drafted. So when we see scores like this against the Ravens, 41 to Browns 17, and when we see scores like this, 49ers to 26 to Browns 8, and when we see scores like this, Bears 31 to Browns 3, we must come to realize that SHEDEUR Sanders, if he's on the wrong NFL team like we think he is now with the Browns, this will be part of his history if nothing changed. So I wasn't playing yesterday when I stated that if they don't trade SHEDEUR, and if Kevin Stefanski is still there, first of all, I don't think the two can survive in the same environment. One of those key elements have to go, and I'm definitely not calling Kevin Stefanski a key element. But either SHEDEUR would have to leave or Kevin Stefanski would have to leave because there's two different mindsets going on. SHEDEUR Sanders can adapt to anything, but he cannot overcome a coach that does not have his well-being as top priority. I want to highlight in all of the losses that SHEDEUR Sanders has encountered this year, he is playing against elite players that have families, that have financial responsibilities, that have major contracts, that of course they want to continue to get paid those salaries. He's going against players that may have minor contracts or rookie contracts, going through modification. Of course, they want larger salaries, but we have to understand that SHEDEUR Sanders is in a different predicament where every player that touches that field is going to give their best, because they know SHEDEUR Sanders is on the other team as their opponent. So they're going to bring their best. And I'm going to show you. So I'm highlighting this for a reason, because I totally disagree with Emmanuel Acho, what he brought up today or in his latest video. SHEDEUR Sanders in college was able to create situations that put them in a winning situation. Sanders, and he cannot do the things that he did at JSU and Colorado University because he is in the NFL now. Every player, every defender that's coming off the edges and off the line, they're running 4.5, 4.8. And SHEDEUR Sanders does not have that speed. It's no knock against him. He shouldn't have that speed. He should have an O-line that's going to protect him. And he's showing elite skills with his feet. So it's nothing against him. But we must realize, and he must realize, that he is in the NFL, and that everything that he did in college, those days are over. Every defender that's looking SHEDEUR Sanders in the eyes, they're looking for that highlight. They're looking for that moment. So Andrew Berry, the video that I made yesterday, That was true. If you're going to keep SHEDEUR, you have to put all the right around him. You have to have a supporting cast. And I know once that change occurs, shedeursanders is going to be him, the one that we saw in JSU, and especially the player, the QB1 that we saw at Colorado University. That is him. But until that point, it's not going to happen. So the next 3 games, as I stated before, I hope that SHEDEUR will win those games and the Cleveland Browns will win those games. But without those critical pieces, it's not going to happen. So all I'm going to do truthfully is pray for his safety. Because if you haven't seen the clips that's going around now, we know in the game against the Titans of the 49ers, his O-line was just flopping on the field. Well, the latest videos that came out was that his O-line, even though they were second stringers and third stringers, they were pretending to block defenders, but they also was caught falling intentionally into shedeursanders, his legs and his body from both sides, the left and the right. So shedeursanders, weeks ago, I put out a video saying, watch over your drink, your food, and your body, your left and your right, because they're coming from you. That O-line has been exposed. The first stringers, the second stringers, the third stringers. Everyone is out for you, shedeursanders, just probably because of the name that you have on your back or for whatever situations that they were promised in the background. There's no way that Jerry Jeudy should have lost or should have dropped that pass against the Raiders in Las Vegas and that pass against the Chicago Bears last week. And Jerry Jeudy should be getting still roasted for what he did last week in that game. But let me go ahead and show you this. And all I'm saying in a nutshell is that shedeursanders is not playing against teenagers that are under 20 and 21 that's worried about social media clicks. He's playing against grown men with families, with their own aspirations, and they're coming out, especially on the defensive side, they're coming out and they're playing with a purpose and they're trying to prove a point. This is their livelihood. So shedeursanders and all the rookies that are experiencing the NFL in their first contract, welcome to the NFL. Please be safe, because you're not playing against collegiate athletes no more. You're playing against grown men with grown men's strength. You're playing with grown men that's coming to get you with 4.5 and 4.8 speed up the middle, on the sides, on the left. You're playing with elite talent. So shedeursanders, what I'm trying to stress is, if you want to stay in Cleveland, you must talk to management and tell them you're not comfortable with Kevin Stefanski. If they're going to keep you as quarterback, and if they make you franchise quarterback, you cannot stay in Cleveland with Kevin Stefanski still as the head coach. It's impossible. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I want to go ahead and show you this video, and I'm going to come back with a little bit of commentary, then I'm going to let you go, Vestas. Hold on.
Go ahead and talk about SHEDEUR. He had media availability, and I'll let you guys take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, I'm just excited that I'm able to get everybody's best. You know, I'm excited about that. You know, that makes me feel proud. You know that you know, I have that. You know, I'm just getting in the league and my feet settled and everything. So I get excited knowing I'm able to face those challenges, because you gotta understand this year right here, this the worst it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas, are y'all impressed with what you've seen out of SHEDEUR so far this season?
So let me pause right there. Shedeursanders basically said in that clip that this is going to be the worst that it's going to be. Shedeursanders, you're right in a sense, because you would never be a rookie in the NFL again. But if you don't have the key pieces around you to support the team in order to support a winning record, it may get worse. But let me continue.
That you know, I have that. You know, I'm just getting in the league and my feet settled and everything. So I get excited knowing I'm able to face those challenges, because you gotta understand this this year right here, this the worst it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas, are y'all impressed with what you've seen out of Shedeur so far this season?
Shedeur Sanders is not getting the Caitlin Clark treatment. He's not getting everybody's best. Caitlin Clark stepped into the W, was getting picked up full court, was getting trapped, was getting blitzed. She was getting everybody's best. Shedeur's just getting blitzed. And he's getting blitzed because his very first time out there against the Baltimore Ravens, when he came in cleanup duty, they blitzed the hell out of him, and he couldn't handle it. He's getting blitzed because what you want to do is speed up a young quarterback's clock. Like, you're not out here getting everybody's best. You're getting everybody's best celebration, but you're not getting everybody's best.
Oh, let's stop right there, Emmanuel Acho. Oh, no. Shedeur Sanders is definitely getting everybody's best. Blitzing or not, because he is Shedeur Sanders. Even though it may not look like it, oh, they definitely bringing their best. So that they can get in the headlines of those highlight clips for sacking Shedeur or running Shedeur down or tackling Shedeur. So don't get it wrong, Acho. Let's not come back in here with this back and forth, Acho. Let's not do this again. And let me remind you, Acho, ironically, the game that Shedeur Sanders started his NFL debut against was the Ravens. The Ravens came out that week and stated they were prepared for Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders because he was Shedeur Sanders. So, Acho, let's not try to diminish Shedeur Sanders' skills because of that game and that loss against the Chicago Bears. Let's not do that, Acho. And also, let's just remember, because we don't have short-term memory over here, the Ravens wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders. And because they wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders, they already knew his talents and his skills and his capabilities. So, of course, they were going to come against Shedeur Sanders with their best. What were you talking, Emmanuel Acho? Let me go ahead and let him continue because the next guy on the panel corrected Acho with so much speed. Let's continue to watch.
Like, defensive coordinators aren't like, oh, hell yeah, I got to play harder because it's Shedeur. That's what Caitlin Clark got. So what I want to do first and foremost is, like, let me clarify. Shedeur's not getting everybody's best shot. You getting DBs licking their chops because when you play against a rookie, you're like, oh, I got 1 to 2 picks today. But you're like, let's set the record straight. Teams aren't out here like playing harder because they're going up against Shedeur Sanders. Am I impressed with him? I think he's doing what rookies do. I think he's more impressive than Cam Ward has been. He's not as impressive as Tyler Shuck has been. He's not as impressive as Jackson Dart has been. So to me, like, he's falling right in line with the rooks.
Did you just hear that lying narrative that Acho just stated that Shedeur Sanders is not more impressive than Tyler Shuck? Are you serious? And then Acho stated that Shedeur Sanders is not as impressive as Jackson Dart. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Shedeur Sanders, let me remind you, Acho, Shedeur Sanders is the only rookie quarterback on this list. Do you see a Jackson Dart? Let me check. No. Do you see a Tyler Short? Let me check. No. So what are we talking about, Acho? Acho just be lying out just to be lying. See, Acho just say some of the stupidest stuff sometimes. Just for the wrong headlines, Acho. And Acho, let me bring this back up again. Shedeur Sanders got more votes for the Pro Bowl than Bo Nix. Acho just be saying stuff just to say stuff. He's in that same category with Jerry Jeudy. Sometimes they for you, sometimes they're not. Go back and finish this video.
You at, T?
I'll say this. You're getting everybody's best in the league.
Yeah.
You play 1 game a week.
Yep.
Whereas you play basketball, you're playing multiple games a week. So in the NFL, you're going to get everybody's best every single game out. But to me, when teams blitz them, I don't look at it as we going to see if Shedeur can handle the blitz. We blitzing him because we know he don't have guys on the outside that can win and make us pay. That's why they blitzing him. If he had guys on the outside that can win and make him pay, they wouldn't blitz. If Jerry Jeudy is constantly winning when they blitzing, they not going to blitz.
Yeah.
If one of those receivers starts making big plays, the blitz will be stopped. We can't blitz him no more.
Let's speak on that because Jerry Jeudy said something that there was an interception that SHEDEUR threw, and it was that Jerry Jeudy called SHEDEUR. And I think that Jerry Jeudy is actually costing SHEDEUR a lot. I want y'all to hear Jerry Jeudy speaking to that interception. Ron, we have it? Yeah. Let it ride.
Now, what Acho just stated, I do agree with him. Jerry Jeudy is costing SHEDEUR a lot in terms of stats. But just like that O-line that decided to sit out last week, Jerry Jeudy is messing up his own potential future contracts and his own current stats because he's not looking at the bigger picture. So, but let me go ahead and finish. I really don't want to hear what Jerry Jeudy got to say, but I'm going to go ahead and play this video.
What could you have done differently to secure that ball better?
What can I have done? I probably, from looking at it, I probably would have said like, slow played a little bit instead of like trying to jump into it.
I would go as far as to say, T, that Jerry Jeudy is hurting shedeursanders.
All right, and there you have it. So shedeursanders, I heard you, young man. I heard you say that this is the worst that it's ever going to be. But I want to remind you, like everybody else know, your success, even though you are powerful and you're a great quarterback, so your success is also dependent upon the players and the cast members that you have around you. So always be safe. Always be safe, SHEDEUR. And always protect your life, protect your left and your right and your center. Because as even Acho stated, Jerry Jeudy is hurting you in the long run. All right, Vesters. So until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we vested up today. All right, Vesters, I'm getting in late tonight, but tomorrow is Friday, and you know we're going to live for the weekend. So I will be doing a video tomorrow morning, and I'll definitely be coming back tomorrow night with Tony Talks Insight tonight at 9, and we just going to go smooth and roll over that beat like I normally do. And to all of my subscribers, all of my 590 subscribers that joined this channel and liked my content before I even made myself public, thank you so much for all of those views and all of your supports and all of your comments and likes in those first 60 days. Because guess what, Vesters? We hit 60 days old today. We 2 months old today. And wow, I told you, Vesters, we coming. I told you we coming. So today is the big 60. And to all of my new subscribers and to all of my new viewers, if you have not subscribed to this channel, trust me, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because it has been some videos that I've published in the past you may want to go back and see. But we're going to move forward, and I'm still going to be dropping some videos because I told you at the week of Christmas, I'm going to drop a video that's going to shed a lot on this. I don't know if I'm going to drop it the week of Christmas or New Year's, but I'm definitely going to drop it before January the 1st, 2026. It's going to be one of them videos. It's definitely going to be one of those videos that's going to take you back. So, Vesters, until then, make sure, once again, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we vested up today. All right, Vesters, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy your day.